on the floor. He'll be the first of the competitors to kick off this event in Mersin. 10 finals, as I said, starting with the men's floor. That is Cameron Lynn, the man who will get things going for us. Cameron Lynn is a 20-year-old from Scotland. Made his Commonwealth Games debut last year. Finished 5th in the team event. He was selected for the GB High Performance Programme in men's artistic gymnastics in their senior squad in 2021. And he got a silver medal and a new personal best in the all-around. He also took a bronze medal in the pommel final. And how will he do on the floor? He's trained alongside the likes of 3-time Olympic champion Max Whitlock in the GB squad. So, of course, wonderful opportunity for young gymnasts to learn from their seasoned colleagues. Well, he looks relaxed and happy. Thumbs up for the camera. Look forward to seeing him in action very shortly. Well, Eddie Penev is an interesting athlete to look forward to. We'll see him on the floor very shortly as well. He won gold on the men's floor at the World Challenge Cups in Varna and Osijek earlier this year, and he could be a force to be reckoned with here as well. Must also keep an eye on young Hungarian gymnast Krzysztof Mejaros. He's a pretty decent all-rounder, but he came into his own at the World Challenge Cup in Tel Aviv in June. So a lot of these athletes really hitting form at the right time. Well, Cameron Lynn, you can see there how he qualified. Difficulty of 5.5, execution of 8.1. Or that was his result for the floor. This is the Ukrainian gymnast. Stepped slightly out of bounds there. He qualified in 8th position. Oleg Vernayev. He's a bit of a legend actually. He won parallel bars gold in the Rio Olympics as well as an all-round silver medal. He has also been a world champion and multiple European champion. He's absolutely brilliant. This is his first competition back following a ban for breach of World Anti-Doping Agency policies. He's a very popular gymnast. And you can hear the support from the crowd there. Many people pleased to see him back in competition. Huge support, I will expect, will go up for the Turkish athlete, who is third up on this men's floor exercise. Ahmet Onda finished first in qualification. A very experienced gymnast. Finished joint first with Eddie Penev, although Ahmet Onda's execution slightly higher. A 13.1 for the Ukrainian. That puts him second so far. Just that slight penalty for stepping a foot outside of the boundary. Nevertheless, I suspect it will might take a little while for him to get fully up to competition level fitness following that hiatus. What a landing from Ahmet Onda, well controlled. Really powerful tumbling passes from the Turkish gymnast. You can hear the support from the crowd for their home athlete. Well, huge cheers have gone up for Ahmet Onda. He applauds the crowd, they applaud him too. They certainly enjoyed his performance out there on the floor, and it looks like he did too. He can certainly be satisfied with that. He finished first in qualification, and I'm sure he will be wanting to finish in the same position after this final. Let's just take another look at this. He's a gymnast who can sometimes struggle with his consistency with his landings, but he stuck that one absolutely no problem at all. It was a really confident performance from the Turkish gymnast, and that has put him in first position with a 13.8. Slightly under what he got in qualification. He's the third gymnast to go. 5 athletes to follow who could knock him off that top spot. Will Richards Plate be one of them? The Latvian, who finished 6th in qualification. He's a very hard-working gymnast. Of course, his mentor, Igor Svirovs, who won an Olympic title for Latvia in Sydney in 2000, is very much still involved in the sport in a coaching capacity, and I'm sure that Richard Plate takes great inspiration from such an experienced and accomplished gymnast. Still only 20 years old, so all these experiences are really valuable for young athletes, and of course there are a number of older competitors in this field and younger athletes such as Plate chasing at their heels, but it's also a great opportunity for the younger ones to learn what it's like to compete at this level and to learn from the older, more experienced, accomplished gymnasts. Well, of course, the Latvian disappointed that he sat down there. It was a nice routine, nevertheless. Certainly he will have been hoping for better than that. Just struggled with sticking those landings. Well, quick break at the halfway point at the men's floor, and next up will be Abdulaziz Miravaliev from Uzbekistan, the third best in qualification, so certainly one who could pose a danger. He'll certainly be hoping to be on that medal table. Got a 14.1 in qualification. He's done very well to qualify for this floor final. He finished 18th in qualification on floor in Egypt in the World Cup. So a vast improvement from then. Same result in Doha. In Cottbus, he didn't make the final either on the floor. So this is a really, really impressive result for the gymnast from Uzbekistan to have not only made the final but to have qualified in third position. Really encouraging progress. Oh, a slight hop back on that last landing. The chest looked quite low. A big puff of his cheeks as he walks off the mat, having completed that routine. Third position for Abdulaziz Merevliev of Uzbekistan, 13.5. Lower than his score of 14.1 in qualification, but nevertheless he is in the medal places. 3 more gymnasts to go. This is Edi Penev of Bulgaria, second strongest in qualification. 2 feet out of bounds. That's a disappointing start for the Bulgarian. Of course, Penev is a name that we'll be seeing a lot of throughout the day because Eddie's brother Kevin is also competing here in Mersin today. Edi Penev, 33 years of old. He celebrated his 33rd birthday just a couple of weeks ago. Representing Bulgaria, grew up in the USA, represented Stanford University, as I believe did the great Dominique Dawes, part of the gold medal winning women's team in Atlanta 96. Well, Edi Penev, he took gold in Varna and in Osijek on floor. But has come away from that looking a little frustrated with himself. Disappointing for the Bulgarian. 2 feet out of bounds after his first tumbling pass. Didn't quite stick the landing and ended up sitting on the mat, as you just saw there, shaking his head. He thinks he should have done better. Let's see what the judges have to say. Got a 13.3 in qualification. Joint top with Ahmet Onda. 5.9 for difficulty, 8.4 for execution. The results do come in quickly, but I'm sure it's feels like a very long wait for the gymnasts. Waiting for those scores to come in with the camera focused on you, looking for your reaction. 12.150. Fifth place for Eddie Penev, out of contention for a medal, and that is a real shock in this floor competition. Eddie Penev, who was absolutely one of the favourites to take the gold in this floor, to add to his other 2 World Challenge Cup golds that he's got so far this year. So disappointment for the Bulgarian, paying a heavy price for a couple of wayward landings. Nevertheless, he's looking quite good spirits about it. Shrug of the shoulders. These things happen. He's experienced enough to know that by now. Benedikt Tomaszani of Hungary, the 7th best qualifier, now takes to the floor. He's a stylish gymnast. He's got a very good technique. Got 8.1 for his execution, 5.4 for difficulty in qualifying. Slight wobble there, but nothing too serious. And of course, as a gymnast following the likes of Eddie Penev, who's one of the favourites for a medal, and then seeing that he's out of contention, it must give you real hope. It blows the competition wide open. Solid performance for the 21-year-old from Budapest. He's a medalist at European Championships. He and his teammates took bronze in the 2020 European Gymnastics Championships. That was in Mersin, incidentally, so this city will hold a lot of fond memories for Benedikt Tomaszani, scene of arguably his greatest achievement, that bronze medal. Well, he looks relaxed. He looks satisfied with what is out there on the floor. You suspect that he might actually better the position that he achieved in qualifying. 7th. I'm sure he's hoping to have moved up the rankings from then. This is Damdindorj Entupshin. He's a floor specialist. He's actually made World Cup finals on floor. He's a young gymnast, very exciting. Sometimes just struggles slightly with his execution. He's the gymnast with the 2nd lowest score in qualifying from execution. He did qualify in 5th position though, but just fell down slightly with the execution. Going well so far. I'm sure he's pleased with that performance. The coach certainly is. Congratulations coming from his teammates too. And he will now make his way to the waiting area and await his results for that. But I'm sure that he will have improved upon his scores from qualifying. 8.05 for his execution. He certainly seemed to have stuck his landings. It's a very powerful gymnast. Great height in the air there. And the floor is where he really excels. This is his preferred apparatus. So that concludes our first of 10 finals. That has put Vandenborg and Tuchkin in 5th position, the same as he achieved in qualifying. Huge cheers go up for Ahmet Onda of Turkey as he steps up to receive his bronze medal for the parallel bars. Big support for Ahmet Onda as he takes the gold medal for the floor exercise. A really fantastic start for the home nation in this World Challenge Cup in Mersin. The crowd are on their feet. Huge cheers for their man Ahmet Onda. Wonderful achievement for Ahmet Onda, who takes Turkey's first gold medal of the day on the men's floor exercise. All 3 medalists gather now on the top of the podium for their photos. Ahmet Onda joined